Hi. I'd like to talk about a few things today that are pretty important. Um, I got to get them down, and I'm still working on my format. I hope it doesn't bother you, and I'm still in the process of optimizing it and seeing what works the best. For now, this will do. I'm getting down my thoughts on this because it's important for self-reflection, but also hopefully someone resonates, someone is on the same path and at the same point that I am. I wanted to accentuate the importance of self-reflection at every step of the journey to ascension, embodying higher light, being able to increase your frequency in one way or another through practices, through purifying your body in the ways that you can, uh, drinking more water, doing meditation daily, self-reflecting and transmuting things that do not serve you to the best of your ability at that time. Uh, One thing that I've noticed that is a recurring theme for me every time that I try to raise my vibration higher and higher is that uh, there is always a test that follows your initiation. What I mean by initiation, it can be it lasts. The initiation period is different for different people. It could be your first 2 weeks of practice, uh, or first month of practice, and I mean that's starting from zero, starting from before you really consciously attempted to go through with this and really try to and transmute assimilate more light and transmute more things that don't serve you, and try to free yourself from the chains of this reality that you were in, that state of mind, or whatever you call it, that no longer is really needs to be a part of your life. Well, the test itself is uh, uh, you will initially gain uh, a spike in vibration relatively to where you were before. Would it be negative thoughts, irritation, being bothered, being having external reality controlling you in a sense, in one way or another. Relative to that, now that is a big spike. You start to meditate, your vibration rises, you feel like your thoughts clear, you get the clarity, you feel the love, you feel the bliss, and you essentially get the taste of higher vibration, like higher self. You get the taste of the higher self, and it follows up by a test. There is a barrier. You can't indefinitely raise your vibration without self-reflecting and without transmuting and letting go of certain things that were holding you back in your normal state, so to say, your previous state, I would say. Uh, you will inevitably have to go back and look through all the areas of your life, and I mean all of it. Anything that is able to cling to you, your old habits, if you have uh, you get an attitude easily, or you get angry easily, or you get irritable easily, or you have certain lifestyles where you relied on certain substances, you like a little bit of a drink, on the weekends, it's not a big deal, right? I mean, what can go wrong? Trying to ascend and still indulging in those things. I mean, they're gonna clash, and they're not gonna clash in a subtle way. It is going to be, you're gonna drop like a rock. You're gonna reach that initial spike, you're gonna get a taste of how it feels, and then you're just gonna fall down, not all the way down to where you were before, but about halfway through. You're gonna establish a new threshold. It's not like you haven't gained anything. You know better, so you gotta climb back up. But now climbing back up the second time, you know, you can't be now that you've been shown once that okay, like you have these things you need to work on. You can't just, you know, come knocking at the door without putting more effort into cleansing yourself, and a lot of it is it could be an all-around thing, just starting to just become more healthy, paying attention to your body, listening to your body more, but it could be subtle things, that we don't really think about, like the way you talk to yourself. If you have insecurities, everyone has insecurities, it's completely normal, but if you're self-destructive and you repeat things to yourself, you're really hard on yourself. You cause yourself anxiety by being really harsh on yourself, rude to yourself, being projecting that, arguing with people, even online, or anywhere else. Like you have this nature that you're so used to. You're not going to be able to embody higher frequencies and embody more light, and then being able to just keep going with your old habits. It is gonna remind you, and it will do it gently, and if you keep ignoring it, it will really show you, what I mean. And it doesn't have to be difficult, it doesn't have to be hard. You know it is about kind of taking it at your own pace. Everyone is at a different place in life, and everyone has different challenges, everyone has their own path. It is very important to stress that idea of that fear of missing out, like, oh, look at all these people who are ascending, and you being left behind or something like that. No, it's not like this whatsoever. Everyone has their time. It is completely normal to fluctuate initially, and even maybe in advanced, I'm sure the more and more light you embody, there's more and more advanced lessons you have to learn. You have to really cleanse yourself on the higher and higher levels. The more the more of a spark of the infinite source, that you have inside you, that it shines brighter and brighter. As it's shining brighter, it is going to expose all those things that are glaring and that are weighing you down. And little by little, you're gonna have to work on it. There's no way I'm around it. A lot of the things I see online, I mean, there are many amazing teachers and guides, and they do talk about these, cleansing periods and everything like this. But it is really, it is really important that, you recognize that it's unique to you. There's no guide particularly to that. You're going to encounter it and you're going to feel it, and it's impossible to go on. And if you try to force more light, like, I'm just gonna meditate more, I'm just gonna I'm gonna remain kind of the same that I was before I started on this journey. I'm gonna remove some things that are easy to remove, but I'm gonna remain, but I'm still gonna argue, I'm still very opinionated, I'm still egoistic, but I'm going to you are at best you're not gonna reach any higher, and at worst you're going to be sucked into like the false light, like egoistical light that is really like you are standing still in an organic sense. In an organic level, you have reached certain capacity of what you're able to do, but due to your duality nature, you're gonna now, your ego is now gonna try to tell you that you're actually rising higher and higher, when in reality it's an illusion and it's artificial. We really gotta focus on ourselves, be kind to ourselves, love ourselves and love our close family and friends, and do everything we can to 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 get through this initial burst, because after that it gets easier and easier. But for now, I'd like to leave it at that, and more videos are coming on various topics, specifically those that are not talked about a lot, and I hope it reaches someone. I hope it's helpful. Thank you very much. Have a good night.